Hello students and welcome to our second poetry video. On the Departure platform, departure is spelled incorrectly, departure with an R, by Thomas Hardy. First we'll have an overview of the poem. It's another poem about love, but this time it's a dramatized account, a narrative or a story of a woman leaving the narrator at a train station. We know it's at a train station from the title itself, on the departure platform, which is a platform at a train station. It's a powerful and melancholic poem. Good word for you there, melancholic, which means very sad. It's a powerful poem about the departure. The speaker only talks about this departure from the platform, from the station, and not about the relationship previously. Okay, we're going to read through the poem together, and I'd like you to pause it at each stanza and make a note of the new vocabulary. So, on the departure platform, by Thomas Hardy. We kissed at the barrier, and passing through she left me, and moment by moment got smaller and smaller, until my view she was but a spot. I think the only new word in here is barrier, and this is a barrier at a train station. A wee spot of muslin fluff that down the Diminution platform bore, through hustling crowds of gentle and rough, to the carriage door. Of course, there's a missing full stop there, apologies. A wee spot of muslin fluff. Wee means small. Muslin is a type of material. It's a lightweight cotton cloth, and fluff in this case means a dress. That down the Diminution platform bore. Diminishing means getting smaller, disappearing. So she's disappearing down the platform. Bore in this case means traveled. So she's disappearing, walking down the platform. Through hustling crowds of gentle and rough. Hustling is busy. To the carriage door. Under the lamplight's fitful glowers, behind dark groups from far and near, whose interests were apart from ours, she would disappear. A lamplight is a street light. Fitful is not regular, so when the street light goes on and off, on and off, on and off. And glowers is an angry look. So you can see here it is personification. Then show again till I ceased to see, till I could no longer see her. Ceased means stopped. That flexible form, that nebulous white, and she who was more than my life to me had vanished quite. Nebulous, that nebulous white, is like it comes from a cloud and it means hazy. We have penned new plans since that fair fond day, and in season she will appear again, perhaps in the same soft white array, but never as then. We have penned new plans. Penned means to write, so we have written to each other with new plans. Since that fair fond day. Fair means nice. Yes, I used the word nice. Fond, in this case, means naive. So the day is naive because the narrator, believed that they might see each other again. And array, in this case, means a dress. And why, young man, must eternally fly, a joy you'll repeat, if you love her well? O friend, naught happens twice thus. Why, I cannot tell. And why, young man, must eternally fly? Eternally means forever. A joy you repeat if you love her well. O friend, naught happens. Nothing happens twice in this way. Thus means in this way. And back to stanza 1. The there's three main characters in this poem. We have the narrator, we have who's the man who's being left, we have the young woman who's doing the leaving. She left me. He's bereft. He's very, very sad that she is leaving him. And that gives the tone the melancholic, sorry, that gives the poem the melancholic tone. And then we have the last character in stanza 6, which we will talk about when we get to stanza 6. So they kissed at the barrier. It's a goodbye. It's an emotional goodbye. But he doesn't go into any detail about the kiss. Straight away we have the word we. So we know that it's first person narration. She left me, he was bereft, he felt deserted. It's the woman who chooses to inflict this pain on the man. And moment by moment, we have repetition here. It shows how he watches her disappear, moment by moment. He watches every part of her disappearing and follows her throughout the crowds, lost until she finally vanishes. The repetition has been used by Hardy to accentuate or emphasize the moment that she leaves. Smaller and smaller, another example of repetition here. So she's getting smaller and smaller as he watches her walk down the platform. Until my view, she was but a spot. Okay, I'd like you to take out a highlighter and highlight the images of her fading in this stanza. And we'll do the same in the next stanzas as well. So the images of her fading in this stanza are smaller and smaller and spot. Okay, on to stanza 2. A wee spot of muslin fluff. While you still have your highlighter out, can you highlight the wee spot of muslin fluff as an image of her fading? We have some alliteration here as well. The D sound being alliterated. Why does Hardy do that? Because he wants us to focus on this word, the diminution, getting smaller, disappearing. Through hustling crowds of gentle and rough. So the crowds of people are from all classes. We have the gentle, the upper class, and the rough, the working lower class. So those who are catching the train are from all walks of life, but they all merge together. And the woman also merges with them. And he follows her with his eyes for as far as possible, right to the carriage door, right until she disappears. And on to stanza 3. Under the lamplight's fitful glowers. This first line here really adds to and develops the atmosphere of negativity and melancholic atmosphere. It gives us the image of him losing his love for good. Behind dark groups. The word dark is quite sinister. And she is disappearing into this dark, sinister crowd, whose interests were apart from ours. He only cares about her and what she wants. Everyone else is irrelevant. She would disappear. He fears that he will never see her again, that when she gets on the train, that will be the last time he sees her. This whole stanza, you can see the speaker's discontent or unhappiness with letting his girlfriend go. And on to stanza 4. Then show again till I ceased. Oh, sorry, actually back to stanza 3. And you can highlight she would disappear for images of her fading. Okay, stanza 4. Then show again till I cease to see that flexible form, that nebulous white. Nebulous white, you can highlight for images of her fading. The girl is like a cloud. He can see her, he can imagine her, but she's out of reach, just like a cloud. And she who is more than my life to me. She means everything to him. So obviously he's devastated when she leaves. And vanished. You can highlight vanished for images of her fading as well. These two final lines, the train has finally disappeared and he can no longer see his love, and she may be lost to him forever. Stanza 5. We have penned new plans since that fair fond day. So this is now in the future, and he's talking about the fact that they've written to each other and they've decided that they hope to meet again. Hopefully they can recapture the magic of before, but the last line, but never as then, suggests that it may not be quite the same. Never as then. They can never recapture that love. Going on to stanza 6. This is where a new character comes in. It's either a friend of the narrator talking to him or the narrator's conscience. That's for you to decide. And why, young man, must eternally fly, a joy you'll repeat if you love her well? He's talking about finding a new woman for his friend, and he's attempting to comfort him. O friend, naught happens twice thus. Why? I cannot tell. This is a pretty pessimistic way to end the poem. He's saying that it's a once-in-a-lifetime love and that he'll never be able to repeat it. So if this woman doesn't come back, then he will not have another love in his life. At this point in the poem, when the poem finishes, the reader is left feeling quite empty and alone, as if we ourselves are on the platform with the narrator, watching this woman fade back into a sea of faces and watching her walk out of his life forever. So it's quite a disheartening and sad way to end a poem. Also, there's some quite powerful verbs and adverbs that are used in this poem. Fitful, apart, disappear, ceased, vanished, all give a powerful feeling of loss, distance, and uncertainty. So we can really empathize with the narrator in this poem. We can really understand and feel his loss of this woman leaving him. And I think that Hardy has done quite a good job of making this a memorable poem. We really do feel for the narrator in this poem. Okay, to be continued in class tomorrow. I have been much better with the time this time. I still have 1 minute to go. So we will continue this in class tomorrow, and we will look at structure, meaning, and imagery. And then in class on Wednesday, we'll look at language, effect, and an essay question. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye!